since it's a group, so I guess there's already an itinerary. We're in.
Yeah, but it's not specific. It just tell you like the first day we will go to have hot spring.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's all. I don't even know the detailed schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's actually okay. Um, because like you've said, there's a tour guide, and well, for some, if there's actually a tour guide and if you have an itinerary, for some, it's like everything, it's already very specific. There's a time frame for everything that you're going to do. So that's what other were actually, they wanted to avoid. Because what if they went to a certain place and they still wanted to enjoy the view or the activities there, but then it's time. So it's like you have to move to another destination. So yeah, that's actually one of the disadvantage, what I've heard for some. But in your case, it's not yet detailed.
Yeah. But I think they can make a good arrangement since they have a good evaluation online.
Okay. Oh, good evaluation or feedback also. All right, that's good. Yeah, because of course, before you wanted to do a transaction with a certain agency, you have to make sure that they're legit. Feedbacks are actually okay. Just like you're buying things online. Okay. So, before we move on to the Friends TV series, just a few reminders, Sean. Have you responded to the email that I've sent about the school rules for students?
Yeah, I think it's a few days ago. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm not just sure because there are a few who responds here, and on their email they say they agree, but of course, the writings are actually in Chinese characters, so I'm not sure if.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned their name.
Oh, you sent it on February 1st.
Yes.
Yeah, I have received it.
Did you reply to it that you agree?
Let me check. I haven't.
Okay. So
I need to reply you right now.
yeah, this is just for documentation purposes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So just to have a quick overview of the school rules. So again, this is just for the purpose of documentation that the school rules is actually clear in that you agree and that you understand it. We're just avoiding any confusions or any conflict in regard to, especially for filing of class off.
Okay, I haven't argued any issue about it.
Okay.
I think it's okay to me.
All right. Yeah, because, well, there's no any issues yet. We're just wanted to make sure that that will not happen in the future.
Okay.
that we wanted to make sure that the school rules is actually clear and that our students understand and agree to it to avoid any issues that might incur in the future. That because I know that it's actually, it's actually give and take, because as per the school rules, for example, for filing of class off, so if you reach 5 class off and you only have 20 hours, so once you file another class off, so that's a total of 6, so that's going to be already deduction, right? So of course, we wanted to make sure that that's really clear to our students, because why is it my number of hours is already like this? Or,
okay.
Yeah. Because we will automatically deduct it, and of course, that's the only time we also get paid. Yeah, because every time our students file class off, since we don't have any students, we don't get paid for that. So,
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, there. So we also have a link or request forms. So if you wanted to file a leave, you just have to fill that, including class off, and also about filing request to change your book. Yeah, there's also a link for that if, in the event that in the future you wanted to request on something. So you just have to fill that. And makeup classes, so that's already an understanding between the teacher. Yeah, so if it's really necessary. And then private classes, of course, we're not actually doing that. Technical problems, well, automatically we inform Michelle about it so that she could take any or inform our students. So, for example, we don't have any electricity here. So, of course, we don't have any internet connection. But then we could send a message to Michelle so that our students are aware that the class is actually canceled. And, of course, these are circumstances that are unavoidable sometimes. Yeah. Okay, so there, just wanted to make sure that everything is clear, but do you have any questions before we move on or proceed?
No.
Alrighty, that's good. Yeah, okay. So there, we're all set for the school rules.
Okay.
Okay, so can you refresh me what we have discussed last time about French TV series?
We just answer the questions to number 8, I think.
Okay, up until number 8. Okay, so let's move on with question number 9.
What can you say about Phoebe's encouraging words for Joy? It really works for Joy, even though the truth is hardly impossible. After all, most of people would like to believe in positive way.
Okay, so in which part on the TV series wherein Phoebe tried to encourage Joy about?
When Joy lost his role to become a fast double.
Okay, so how did Phoebe try to comfort Joy about it?
Phoebe told Joyce that this is not your shot. Your shot's supposed to be one day someone shouts to their friends, "Hey, I become Joy's but double." When the day comes, it means Joy is succeed.
Okay. Okay. What can you say about Phoebe? She's always, like that. So if let's go back. Just try to remember from episode 1 up until right now, episode 6. So if you could see or remember, Phoebe often, say a lot of encouraging words.
Yeah, she is. And just like this episode, she encouraged Chandler to make a conversation to that girl.
Okay. So for episode 1.
For episode 1, wow, what happened on episode 1?
Okay. Let's start first with, when Rachel ran away on her wedding day.
Oh, yeah, Rachel ran away from her wedding day, and Phoebe said something to Rachel.
Did she? Did she say anything?
I don't remember.
Okay. So if that's the case, then I'll try to change my question. So, what other scenario or scenes that you can remember when Phoebe tried to encourage her friends?
The scene in this episode, she told Chandler, beautiful women, there are a lot of beautiful women with nothing guy, and Chandler could be one of those nothing guys. That's how she encouraged Chandler to make a conversation with Aurora.
Okay. Do you remember when Phoebe tried to sing a song, trying to comfort one of her friends?
Comfort Rachel?
Okay.
You mean in previous episode?
Yes.
It's about Rachel's it's about Jack beans, something like that.
Yeah, Jack and the Beanstalk.
Magic beans.
Yes.
Yeah. She tries to encourage Rachel that anything is possible.
Okay. So if you could describe Phoebe, what kind of friend is Phoebe?
I think she could be a positive friend. She's really good at comfort people, and she would love to help her friends out.
Do you also remember when Chandler wanted to break up with her?
Try to break up, yeah.
Yeah. So it was Phoebe who tried to help Chandler also.
Yeah.
And
This.
yes. And Phoebe also, wanted to give the money she got from, the 7,000 because on her soda there was actually a thumb in it.
Oh yeah. And she offer the money to Chandler if he can quit smoking.
Right. See?
Mm, yeah. Yeah, she's a really uh, generous, not generous. Uh, the one who can always be kind to her friend.
A friend you can depend anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah. If, you know, if you're one of the character in the Friends TV series, would you like to have Phoebe as a friend?
Of course.
Do you have one in reality?
In reality, yeah, I do have friends like Phoebe. Um, she's really kind to all her friends, and you can depend on her on everything. Like one of my friend who just broke up with his ex-girlfriend, and he felt frustrated. He feels sad, and the friend I have mentioned, who is really kind to her friends, she just called him time to time, try to make sure he had dinner, he had lunch, and she often invited him uh, join join her activities, like when she goes shopping with her boyfriend. She also invited uh, my another friend, so let him not feel alone.
Okay. All right. So let's move on with question number 10.
Why is Monica feeling uneasy at the end of this episode?
Okay.
She doesn't want to be a cook anymore, but she really is. That's why she tries hard to pretend that she doesn't even care.
Okay. Don't you think that's just it? That's why she tries hard to pretend that she doesn't even care.
Mm,
We actually tried to discuss that last time.
yeah.
You know, the one that Rachel mentioned that I think you have misplaced or you have left your sneakers or your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So that night, she can't sleep well because she's thinking that it's like there's something inside her that she wanted to get up and fix her shoes.
Yeah. But she didn't because she doesn't want to be called a mom, to be called as a mom. But she still want to clean it up, so that's why she struggle on the bed.
Right, exactly. Because like I've said, you know, if you have this feeling or you have this kind of syndrome, the um what it's the OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. It's like you wanted everything to be in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually the last part why Rachel, or I mean Monica feel uneasy at the end of the episode. And here you said she doesn't want to be a cook anymore. What do you mean about not to be, she doesn't want to be a cook anymore?
Because if she kept cleaning it up, the others will laugh at her and call her a cook. No, call her a mom. Also, I misanswered this question. So she doesn't want to be a mom. But she is a mom.
Yeah, because, if you're an elder sibling, it's like you tend to be, like a parents of your other siblings, right? Do you feel, are you the eldest, Shaun?
But I'm the eldest.
So do you feel that way? It's like since you're the eldest, it's like you're the father of your other siblings.
Not really, because I only have one younger sister, and but I have never managed her to do anything. Yeah, so I don't have feeling like that.
Okay. Because for some, for children, if their parents are away, let's say their parents are abroad, you tend to be, like the parents of your siblings. So you need to be responsible, taking good care, looking after your brothers and sisters, if your parents are away, or especially if they lost their parents. So in this case, it's like Monica. Do you think Monica tends to be like the eldest among all of them?
I'm not sure about it because I think Rose is Monica's older brother.
Is it older or younger?
I'm not sure about it. Have it mentioned on the episodes?
Well, I think Monica is the eldest, and then Ross is younger brother. So it's like Monica is the one looking after Ross.
Oh, okay.
Well, sometimes it's like vice versa. Because during that time when Monica felt bad when the wine guy, Paul, tried to lie to her, and then Ross wanted to comfort Monica.
Yeah.
And then, so that's actually my impression here. That's why I'm thinking why Monica tends to be like a mom among all, their friends.
Okay, because she is the eldest one.
Maybe, or, just like her place, that's the main location where everyone were actually, tend to see each other, or you could all even stay on her place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but your own opinion, why did you say that Or do you agree that Monica, is like a mom?
I do agree Monica is like a mom. Um,
In what way?
uh, just like the scene, she tends to uh, put the ornament to the old spot and she tend to tell others how to do in everything. Like when Monica's parents comes, she arranges. Uh, she give other people job to finish. Like Rachel needs to make a pie and 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 she told everyone don't mess the living room up. Just like she's control everything.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like she has this authority to control or to tell her friends, you can do this, you try to do this, why not, like, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, what is the best part for you, that you will not forget on episode 6?
The Aurora part, Chandler has relationship with Aurora,
Mm-hmm.
was not in a regular relationship, but only in sex.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, that's, for you, that's the main highlight of this episode.
Yeah, one of the main highlights in this episode.
Okay, so you said since it's one, so it means there's more.
Yeah, more like Joey got his chance uh, to be a body double,
Mm-hmm.
and Monica finally figure out she is a mom. Anything else? Nope. Just these three main highlights.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's move on with the vocabulary words. So number 1, can you read it, please?
Impending doom. She is so naive that she doesn't even know there is an impending doom coming soon.
Okay, so impending doom, what does it mean?
The end of the world.
Okay. Or it can be just a destruction. Yeah, so that's actually one of the definition. Let's take one by one. So impending or impend.
Something's coming soon. Then no, impending.
Yeah, coming soon or approaching.
Yeah, approaching.
Upcoming. About to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've added the definition under comment. Do you see it, Shaun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it.
Can you go ahead and read it, please?
Okay. Be about to happen. Wait, I can see the whole content. Okay. Be about to happen. My impending departure. Synonyms. Im, imminent.
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 Mm-hmm.
Its hand. Close at. Hand. Near. Nearing. Approaching. Coming. Forthcoming. Upcoming. To come. On the way. About to happen. Up on us. In store.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So there's actually a lot to describe or, to define the word impending. What about doom?
Doom is just the end of the world. Everything is destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. So it's actually a noun.
Yeah.
Alright. So this can be death.
Yeah.
I know you've been watching American movies. Do you encounter this line wherein they will tell you, or the character would say, "You're doomed"?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. But normally you can hear this if it's like um the the movie, it's about war, about, it's more on action, about fighting, or those kind of example of movie. So when they say you're doomed, it's like you're destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah, so they can also say it's about, meaning it's death, so destruction or some other terrible fate.
Okay.
Okay, so still synonyms of it, we have destruction, downfall, grim, terrible fate, ruin, ruination, rack, and ruin. So that's another one. You're ruined. You're doomed. Yeah.
Oh, so okay. I can say it's like you are ruined.
Yeah, you're ruined.
You're doomed. Okay.
Yeah, so for example, your plan didn't work out and today is the deadline. So it's like something happened, let's say a presentation on your computer. First time they would say, oh my god, you're doomed. You're ruined. Because maybe that's your main highlight or your chance to prove yourself, or for example, for you to be promoted, and all of a sudden, something bad had happened. So there. So I just recently watched, this is actually Thailand movie. The character, he's only 19 years old. And he started, to think about business is when he was just playing online games. And one of the player asked him to give him an armor or a it's like a sword, or maybe that's a gun, or, and then the player asked him, "Can I buy it?" And after that, the following question is that, "What is your account number?" So on online games, I didn't even know that that can be real. You know, if you just buy an item, they will pay you real money.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah,
What kind?
I used to do it.
Oh, you do? Okay. What kind of game is that?
Online game. There are a lot of online game can
Right.
do activities like this.
Okay. So it's like I was just shocked. Really? You know, maybe that's the reason why there are really a lot of people, or guys that I've seen.
Obsessed with online game.
Exactly. So it means that you could really earn from it.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So from there, it had started selling, those kind of, how do you call this? We could say ammunitions.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've been purchasing a lot of, like PSP, DVD players. And he's actually very good in math also. It's like, whenever he's buying, you try to haggle, right? We discussed that, the definition or the word haggle. So it's like you wanted to lower down the price, or you could get, can be
cheaper.
Yeah, you have to buy more so you could get it on a lower price, right? So from there it started, buying DVD players. But since he's just very young, he didn't ask what comes with it. So he did not ask if there's a warranty on those DVD players. So it's like, when he tried to test one of it, it's already destroyed. So it's actually a learning opportunity from him. And then every time he sees something, it's like there's always thinking on his mind like, hey, I wanted to try this. So the second is that he saw, they know, I forgot if that's what nut is that again. You know the nuts that they're selling on the mall, wherein they're cooking it, comes with the stone.
Cooking it comes from stone.
No, they're cooking it with together with the stones.
No idea.
Oh, it's hold on. There, chestnut.
Chestnut.
Yeah, you could Google chestnut.
Oh, yeah.
So on the mall, right? Or, on some establishments wherein you could sell this. So while they're selling this, they're already cooking at the same time. So there was actually a machine that you could use to cook this instead of you stirring this all the way, because you have to do that constantly to make sure that the chestnut is cooked equally or evenly. Yeah, because if not, can be the chestnut can be raw. So it started there. So at first the business is not the sales per day is not good. But then when he requested to change on a different location on the mall, then suddenly, he had a lot of buyers, customers, right? And then he decided to add another machine. But of course, whenever you're establishing your business, there are consequences. So since you are cooking castañas or chestnut, well, we call it also castañas in Tagalog. So, since if you are cooking this at the mall and it produces smoke, so it actually build smokes at the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So of course that's not good for the mall. So he was asked to, stop his business or he needs to clean it. And then since it didn't work out, so he needs to find another new business. So the very last of the story, so I just wanted to cut it short. He ventured into selling his own product. He went to 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven has a lot of branches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So before he could enter into 7-Eleven, he needs to prove what's his product. He needs to promote it. So at first, before he actually had a very good product, that's actually seaweeds. Have you eaten, seaweeds, Shaun?
No. Seaweeds.
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 This is actually famous in Japan and Korea. So, before he could have a very good quality of this type of product, of course, he needs to cook it. He needs to make sure that he could, the life shell of this product it's gonna take longer. Because at first, his products just stay or can last for 3 days. And of course, it got spoiled. So he needs to find out how to preserve it. Those kind of stuff, he really did it. And at the age of 19, imagine that he was able to promote it. And at the very last is that he needs to produce around 700,000, I think, pieces of this seaweeds so that it will be delivered to, I'm not sure how many branches of 7-Eleven is that. So, of course, before he could produce that, he needs to show his factory. And his factory should pass a quality test.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like all of his money, all of the things that he have earned from, starting from online games and other business he tried. So it's like, if this will not work out, he said that I'm ruined or I'm doomed. And yeah. And he just knew that his family business was actually, it got bankrupt, and her parents owe about 40 million. So it's like, so when he was able to pass it, the 7-Eleven test, he became a very successful entrepreneur. Imagine at the age of 19. Oh, I'm gonna tell you the title of that movie. If you are interested.
Okay. Is it based on the true story?
Yeah, it looks like.
Okay.
Because at the end part of the movie, it's like there was a caption, or it tells what happened after he entered 7-Eleven. Yeah. So it is Top Secret of the Billionaire.
Top speed of the Okay.
Well, there are actually a lot of it. It can be top secret or teenage billionaire.
Okay, I saw it.
Are you fond of watching Thai movies?
Yeah. There, um, there, uh, the type of. Let me check how to say that.
Even his girlfriend, he actually, they they broke up because of that.
Really?
Yeah, and his parents was actually in Thailand, but after their business got bankrupt, his parents moved to China. But he decided to stay in Thailand. But the bad thing here is that instead of focusing to, going to school, he just decided to venture into business.
But at the end of it proved it is a good choice.
Yeah, he became successful at the end, and billionaire. Just the title itself.
Mm.
Yeah, there are actually a lot of Thai movies, even this one. Bad Genius.
Bad genius. Okay.
Yeah, they're
So you are a big fan of Thai movie.
not really. These are just random um, movies that I've seen on Facebook, and then for some they share it to me. So it's like if I'm working all night, it's like I try to watch that at the same time while I'm working. Anyway, it was actually translated in Tagalog, so it's like I don't need to read the subtitle.
Okay. Oh yeah, I have heard of Bad Genius.
And you do? Okay. Yeah. You can try watch it. It's actually very good.
Okay.
So there, I'm just sharing what are the, things. Okay, so let's move on with the next vocabulary words.
Okay. Exclamation. He really likes to put an exclamation in the end of his sentences.
Okay. Alright, so just a question. He really likes. So this person always put an exclamation.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does exclamation
Means like if you want to uh, want to make it more important
mean? Okay.
or something you feel surprised.
There. Yep. So well.
You put it.
Okay. Well, in short, it's like full of emotion. So it's more on the feelings. So I've added. Can you read the definition?
Okay. A sudden cry or remark, especially expressing surprise, anger, or pain. An exclamation of amazement.
Mm-hmm.
Synonyms: cry, call, shout, yell, shake, roar, bellow.
Mm-hmm.
Interjection: sudden utterance. Expletive: ejaculation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's more of emotion, a very strong emotion. So, if you're writing a sentence and you wanted to show more emotions to it, so you actually put an exclamation mark.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so there. Next.
Next. Dinkle. The word dinkle means pennies. I just learned it from friends.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, I really tried to check on this, and I don't see any specific definition, but it's just under Yahoo Answers. It's like more of a question and answer.
Uh-huh. So you didn't know the word called
Yeah, because
dinkle?
there are Americans are fond of using slang words.
Yeah, it is. It
Slang,
is a slang word.
yeah, or colloquial. These are straight words that are not really intended, or you can find it directly on a dictionary. So
Yeah.
you really tend to check on a certain website. Even what's this? Even abbreviations. Sometimes they're actually using it, but you don't actually exactly know what the meaning is. Yeah, I'm actually I have a lot of experience like that. So just like, I have another job, right? So we do have conversations on Skype, or they have conversations. So I just read their conversations, and because my part there is I'm just there to post an updates on the sales, or if they need to request me to do something like merging customers' accounts or duplicate accounts. So there. So whenever they're trying to discuss something, it's like, what's that? And I tend to, get curious. So I just knew it that it's actually slang words.
So you can only Google it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes if like they're talking to me, or they just send me a message, it's like I really have to read it several times for me to understand, because how they express it sometimes it's different on how I understand it.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually I have here a website wherein it's actually slang.org. They have a lot of slang words, but normally most of it are actually, it's like abbreviation. I know you're familiar about LOL.
Yeah, left out. Uh, out loud.
Yeah, laugh out loud.
Yeah.
So there's this one that I'm really very curious. They've been using this. It's actually LMAO.
Laugh my ass out.
Yeah, see? But for you, you know it. You know?
Yeah, because when I chat with my friend who lives in New Zealand,
Okay.
she usually uses this word, so I Google it a few years ago. That's how I know it.
Right. Yeah, one of my boss were, or they are having conversation. It's like, what is that word? I even asked my sister, but I haven't tried. That's my bad. Instead of checking on Google, it's like I tend to ask. But then when I try to go, oh, okay. So it's like, yeah, they have that kind or a lot of that kind of words that they're actually using, not just LMAO. There's more, yeah. It's just funny. You would really, it's fun, and you will really know more about their culture, their language, especially because sometimes it's good to know this kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like this word, dingo. Okay, so there. We'll definitely continue more of this. So, again, don't forget, Sean, what are the previous vocabulary words that we discussed. So as much as possible, we'll try to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, use it in our conversations. I know sometimes we're doing free talk or conversations, but we, as much as possible, we try to incorporate or use those vocabulary words, okay?
Yeah.
I might
Okay.
ask you random questions about previous episodes and the vocabulary words. Yeah, maybe just 5 of it that you could, use or because for you to be more effective in expressing yourself is for you to know more vocabulary words.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's call it a night, Sean, and you have a great evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night too. Bye now.
Bye.